My little sister has a stalker that's vandalizing her stuff. My niece lives there. The cops aren't willing to do anything. Now, although there's a lot of nut jobs who threaten to go after my family, and Tara has had to deal with at least some of that bullshit, I don't think that this is one of my predators who's doing this. I think this is, well, just somebody who's being a dick. Now, with the way that all of this has been on the news and so on and so forth, I mean, you guys got to see how Brian and Gabby, that whole situation, you got to see how Brian's parents were treated. People were committing felonies outside of their house, and nobody did a goddamn thing about it. It was somehow magically okay. You know, it's pretty obvious that Brian's parents didn't kill Gabby. So why the fuck go after them? It's pretty obvious I didn't kill Natalie. But that doesn't stop people from coming after me. Now I'm having to deal with a lot of this shit. And then I got my sister getting a hold of me and saying, "Hey, Sean, I need help." Did I get help from my family when I asked for it? No, I didn't. And I won't. They don't care. They only care about themselves. I can understand my sister's position. She doesn't want to make anybody unhappy. Well, guess what? She doesn't care if she makes mom unhappy or not anymore. My mom done burned all her bridges with her kids. My mom never took care of her kids. She took care of other people's kids because there is prestige in it, there's attention in it. So, what do I do? If the cops aren't willing to do anything about this stalker, am I supposed to wait until my sister ends up dead? Sydney Police Department can kiss my ass. They have obstructed justice in no less than 6 different cases. If these cops aren't willing to do their jobs, then they're crooks. And if they're crooks with badges, then they're harming innocent people. And if they are harming innocent people, something needs to be done about it. I give you my solemn promise that if any harm befalls my sister, I'm going to hunt all of you son of a bitches down and not for your words. Leave my sister alone. Leave my niece alone. Leave Riley alone. Sydney Police Department has taken part in assisting the Dual County Sheriff in covering up the crimes of him and his fellow officers. Why is it that these cops won't do anything to help my sister? Why is it that my sister is not human enough to have the cops do their fucking jobs? Oh, yeah, she's broke. That makes it okay, doesn't it? She's poor. So the Constitution doesn't apply to her. Isn't that right, assholes? Poor people are not entitled to the Constitution of the United States, are they? Poor people are your fucking property, aren't they? Poor people exist to do your bidding for nothing, isn't that right? If you could pay your employees nothing, you fucking would. We the people? What people? There are no human beings left in the United States. There's cowards and there's bullies. That's it. You will watch somebody rape your fucking neighbor. And you say, well, I'm just going to mind my own business. But then when you get raped, you're pissed off that nobody gives a fuck. Well, you didn't give a fuck either. You're a fucking hypocrite. You didn't give a shit until it happened to you. And until it did happen to you, you victimized the victims. And then when it does happen to you, you feel ashamed. You can't even look the other victims in the eye now that you know what you know. If anything happens to my sister, there will not be a single officer on the Sydney Police Force. There won't. Y'all wonder why I'm pissed off? Because people were threatening my friends and my family before Natalie was ever killed. If they had left me alone, then it would be fine. You say, hey, Sean, why don't you just move on? Why don't you just move on? Do you have any idea how many times I have moved? Over 40 times since Natalie was killed. Move on? My credit is fucked. My ability to get housing is fucked. This is important shit. But it's fine, ain't it? You don't have to go through it, do you? So that magically makes it okay, doesn't it? It's okay for you to victimize an innocent man over rumors. The news media didn't bother to find out what the truth was. They just spread slander as if it was written by God in stone. And to this day, I have people harassing me over that slander. Now, obviously, this video later on is going to be evidence. Going to be. And why is that? Because the cops are not going to do their jobs. And I'm going to have to go back to this video and say, hey, I spoke out about this. You need to remove every officer from the Sydney police force and replace them with decent excuses for human beings. Don't make me hunt you down and put you in prison. Because I will do it. If you want to assault me, well, then we come to a little bit of a problem here. I hate violence, but I am very fucking good at it. I cannot physically defend myself. I cannot have a fair fight. If someone attacks me, I either have to just take it or I got to fight dirty. And if I fight dirty, somebody might end up fucking dead. Y'all wonder why it is after all this time that I'm still trying to get a day in court? It's because I don't want anyone else fucking dying. I don't want to shoot these cops in the head. I want them in fucking prison. What are you going to do about it? You're not going to do a goddamn thing. My predators will do plenty. My predators will get off their asses to chase me to other counties. But you can't even grow enough testicular fortitude to speak up about what you fucking know. Now, chances are pretty good that this is not one of these goddamn nut jobs threatening me over Natalie Bollinger that is messing with my sister. But it is a good fucking possibility. Now, how did the police in Sydney treat me when I tried to turn in the situations to them? They blew me off and treated me like fucking shit. But it's fine, isn't it? You call me mentally ill, it makes it okay. It's illegal, especially illegal to do these things to a disabled person. But then you can deny that disabled person the right to even turn in their predator by calling them mentally ill. I shouldn't have had to go to Scott DaCosta about any of my predators in town after the first half a dozen times I went and he did nothing. Violence is rarely the answer. But when it is the answer, it is the only answer. I am against killing, but I am not against defending myself and my family. Don't put me in that position. Now, if my sister doesn't call me in the next week to tell me that the situation is resolved and the stalker is locked up, we're going to have to make a big fucking stink about it. Really big. You know, it's bad enough that this shit happens to me. But I'll be goddamned if I'm going to let you do it to my sister.